The day after tomorrow, Dennis and I are flying to the Bahamas and we're getting married.
Oh, that's terrific! Oh, that's oh my God! Oh, I can't believe it! Oh, I am so happy. My daughter is marrying a doctor.
In the Bahamas.
Girls, but all they had left were petites.
So what did you buy? Shoes?
I'm a petite. I better get over there. I need a black dress for Dr. Silvano's funeral.
Dr. Silvano died 2 months ago. You went to his funeral.
Right, I can't.
It was a hot Minnesota summer, and he had put up one of those little stands on the sidewalk.
Selling lemonade.
Insurance. And I bought a nickel policy on my red wagon. Right after that, my wagon was destroyed.
Is always nervous when her daughter Teresa comes for a visit. Of course, her daughter is a hitman for the mob. The rumor is she dated Frank Sinatra. You know the song, The Lady is a Tramp? It used to be Teresa is a Tramp. Well, they had to change it for legal reasons.
Ma, what are you talking about?
She's something. I'm really proud of her. Now, if I could just manage to rope myself a doctor that easily.
Honey, I don't think there's enough sugar left in the bowl.
He's back. I saw him running across my...
But those are art courses. They come easier to me. I've always had a great appreciation for the arts and artists. And carpenters and mechanics and delivery.
Yes, I'm still here. Yeah, I'm calling about the Sinatra concert. It's what?
I never understood why people throw rice at weddings anyway.
Because tomatoes leave stains.
Could I talk to you two ladies in the living room, please? I have some...
Mom, we'll talk when I get back. Thank you for everything. I love you.
Oh, I love you too. And I love you too, Dennis.
Hey, goodbye, Dorothy.
Oh, listen, don't take any guff from her. You hear? But take good care of her. Because if you don't, I'll kill you, you know.
Piece of tape. Name another one.
Honey, take a cold shower.
Oh, Dorothy, would you please open this jar of macadamia nuts for me?
You can't get it open?
Who said Gloria Palazzotto? I said Flo Palazzotto. Why don't you pay attention?
How is Flo?
Oh, beautiful. She and her second husband, Pete, are in Rome. You remember Pete, the man you could have had?
I did have him. That's why I didn't want him.
You and Pete? You never told me that.
Later. First, I want to hear... Well, he has to leave. I'll be right back.
Bye.
Say bye-zy-bye.
Bye, darling. Be good now. I'm worried about Blanche. I wish she'd let one of us go with her.
Not me. I hate hospitals. My friend Matty Fishbein went into the hospital a healthy guy. Then...
In fact, back home, I used to run our town's Wilkenwagen. Oh, boy, was that fun. Whenever a new family had moved into St. Olaf, we'd all hop on the tractor and ride out to the new neighbor's farm. 30 or 40 of us carrying vats of smoked fish and big pitchers.
So when I told Anderbo, she blamed the whole thing on me. And then Clyde would never speak to me again for telling. I lost Anderbo. Now you understand why I can't tell Dorothy?
I don't even understand who Ander Bobo is. All I know is that Dorothy should find...
Hi, Sophia. Remember me? Stan's brother, Ted. I danced with you at their wedding.
Where were you when they got divorced? I was looking for someone to dance with then.
Ted, what a surprise!
It's great to see you again.
What about me, babe?
Go hug a landmine.
Right, I better change.
So, Ted, what brings you to Miami?
Oh, I'll grab any chance I can to spend some time with the greatest guy in the world.
My kid brother still looks up to me.
As well he should. After all.
Me tonight. Is my cousin Sven here yet?
No, Rose.
Oh, good. I got caught up at work and I barely had time to pick up this cake. I wanted to make Sven feel welcome.
Rose, that cake is from the Get It While It's Hot erotic bake shop.
Whoa!
It's Dorothy and Blanche.
How do you do?
Buddy Rourke after all these years.
You don't know who he is, do you, Rose?
Haven't a clue.
Please, don't be embarrassed. We never met before.
Well, then exactly how would you have known her anywhere?
From Chop.
Bear.
Yeah, the bear dream.
I hated that dream.
A bear is eating you. What's to love? You were so cute. You were always so polite when you woke me. Mommy, I'm having a bad dream. Maury took them to have them cleaned. Dorothy, I still can't believe it happened. I've never been so humiliated.
Ma, honey, there's no reason for you to be embarrassed. He plays tricks on everybody.
I'm talking about on my way home. My belt came loose in front of a construction site. Nobody whistled and 2 guys went home sick.
Me?
Keep it up with those Chips Ahoy, and Superman couldn't see right through you.
I just got off the phone with Ham Lushbow, who happens to be the most charming, most intelligent, most gorgeous, most sexy man on the face of this entire planet. We went to college together. Look, there's his picture.
3 people will get cancer. Well, that means one of us will get cancer. So that takes care of 2 of us.
Oh, knock it off. Now, we'll take the basic security package, okay? How much did you say it would be?
$600.
Fine, we'll take it.
It's better than nothing, but not much.
What do you mean?
Well, for
Sketches, you didn't see the robbers.
One of the robbers of my mama's jewels.
Okay. We're getting the basic system.
Whatever.
But not from you, from your competitor.
What?
Because what you were trying to do was terrify us into spending more money than we have. Now get out of here before the victim of violent crime in this house is you. To come get him.
I got a date tonight, no jewelry to wear. Some scum's woman is wearing my mama's jewelry.
I wonder if jewelry comes from Jewish people. In Little Falls, the jeweler was Jewish. Jeweler, Jewish? I wonder if there's a connection.
I think...
Wait, I'm from the thrift shop. Somebody called about donating some old stuff.
Oh, yeah, right. These boxes over here. Oh, wait a minute. This made-up old thing must be for you, too.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, let's go celebrate. Damn,
What?
my jewelry.
Oh, please, Blanche, enough with your jewelry.
No, I found it. What? It was in the freezer.
Oh, Blanche, that's wonderful.
It was there all the time, and you know, if you'd had your way, the robbers would have been beheaded.
Well, that doesn't matter. The point is they...
Guess.
Nobody asked you.
Was I talking to you? I'm talking to my daughter. To me, you don't exist.
And who's driving you to your niece's wedding in California?
Salvador, you're upsetting Papa. Would you please find a mechanic? It's freezing in here.
My course is a freezing in here. Mr. Ziti for brains decides to take a shortcut through Chicago.
Maybe it isn't a heart attack.
Oh, Rose, honey, she's 80. At 80, something's got to go.
Well, not necessarily. My grandparents lived to their 90s. One was 102.
In Minnesota.
So?
Rose, you know how they freeze dead people to preserve them and then bring them back?
Skimpy outfits collecting phone numbers.
That's not true. I was not in a skimpy outfit, and I got all these.
Hello, my name is Yvonne. Have you been here before?
See, you go to a woman's gym, you get hit on by a woman.
I work here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to imply anything. She just thought, give me some advice. Just tell me what to do.
Well, it's your house, Blanche. You have to make your own decision.
Since when have you all been so shy? We always tell each other what to do.
Honey, are you all right?
I'll be fine.
Is this about Arnie?
No, Blanche. She's upset because they keep changing the taste of knife.
I'm working off all my excess sexual energy.
Why don't we just hook you up to the toaster and make Pop-Tarts?
don't make fun, Dorothy. This is the 5th Friday night in a row I haven't had a date.
Honey, you're just in a little slump.
Is that what this is? I've never been in one before. Hello? Marty. Threw your back out putting your boots on? You're in traction? Oh, I guess this means you're gonna be a little late? Oh, all right. Well, can you believe that?
As human being, I disagreed. The man is pig. He charged me rent. His own cousin.
I can believe that.
His rates are reasonable, but the way he nickels and dimes you on the extras.
No, you're right. Stan is a lazy, disgusting, sorry excuse for a man.
Now I stay here with...
Yes. Oh, Mr. Ninnervini, my ice skating coach, said I should wear weights to strengthen my ankles. Well, I'm off to the grocery. Can I bring you anything?
Is that as fast as you can go?
Yes.
Don't get any dairy.
Rose, don't make fun of old people.
No, I'm wearing weights to strengthen my ankles.
They come in headbands?
Everybody, look who's here!
Come, sweetheart, sit down. Sit down.
And then when he asks you who does good body work, you give him your phone number.
And this really works?
Well, not this time. I had this really cute guy in a Jag lined up when this dork in a duster cut in front of me. And I nicked him in...
Oh, well, now I'm sure he's not dead. Rose, go look.
Come on, Dorothy. He's sleeping. I don't want to wake him.
You could light firecrackers in his nostrils. You won't wake him.
All right, now, Rose, go on. I don't want dead people in my house. Or Dynasty, or Falcons Landing, or one of those. They're all the same.
Oh, I thought you were the one.
Oh, please. I could never do anything like that. If you saw my brother-in-law, you'd know why.
Now, look, Rose, you're going to have to go to...
Talk forever. Oh, God. Ow. I'm all right. I'm okay. Al, the big jerk. I loved him. He was a decent man, you know?
I know.
Was.
I didn't know the guy from Star Trek wrote plays.
So, Dorothy, what you're telling me is I'm going to take this recipe with me to the grave.
Right along with the secret of why Uncle Gino legally adopted that goat.
Anyway, I'm glad I got back before Kirsten and Charlie got here.
Who's Charlie?
Rose's granddaughter.
That's a girl's name? Charlie? That's a bookie's name.
Honey, she's named after Rose's husband.
Rose's husband was a bookie?
He sold insurance.
An even bigger racket.
Well,
Well, what?
after my boom comes your boom, and then yours until we're all booming.
How complicated is that herring thing?
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. As the city requires a permit on any new home construction built within 5 feet of a standing structure used as a primary dwelling.
Rose, all this technical information, it doesn't sound like you.
And if Blanche doesn't get that permit, I think they could make her live in a shoe.
I took you.
Look, Ma, you know what I'm talking about. You complain, you belittle.
You know, Dorothy, I think maybe you're being too hard on her. I know how difficult buying shoes can be. Sometimes you get yourself a really good-looking salesman and you try...
What are you doing here?
You were operated on. You're my daughter. Where else would I be?
How long have you been here?
Since they took you to surgery, I haven't left the room. Not for a newspaper, not for food, not for a cold drink. All day I've been right here.
Yeah, but in those days, it really stood out, you know? Oh, I don't know. It must have taken 3 months before I could muster up the courage, you know, to talk to Mrs. Lenoff. And it turned out to be the smartest thing I could have done. Because not only did she help me, with the speech problem, she was the one who inspired me to go into the teaching profession.
I hate phone calls in the middle of the night. Now I'll never get back to sleep. I'm as jumpy as a virgin at a prison rodeo.
Boy, that's pretty jumpy. Would you like some coffee?
Sure.
Yeah.
How about some Danish? It's almost breakfast.
Hey, want some eggs?
Sure.
Do we have any bacon?
Yeah, we got bacon.
Scramble me a couple, but
Scrambled salt.
Bacon.
5 pieces.
Oh, thank you.
You're a wonderful woman, Blanche. No offense.
Dylan, and then making love in the mud.
You went to Woodstock?
Well, actually, it was the movie, but afterwards we did go home and make love in the mud.
I guess the 60s were a confusing time for all of us, Blanche.
Oh, gee, I'd forgotten I had these candlesticks. They were Mother's. Oh, they'd be perfect for the alcove against my eye.
Now, about the tree. I got a copy of our property map at the courthouse this morning, and as you can clearly see, the tree is yours.
Oh. I'm not going to move it. Not after what she did.
You have to.
So we do. Leave them alone. You're always here looking. It's sick.
I'm not always here, Sophia. I work.
You call me at lunchtime. Sophia, go take a look.
They need an aphrodisiac.
An African what?
An aphrodisiac. It's a substance that makes you feel sexy.
Excuse me, sir. Are you talking to yourself?
Of course not. Fram Wonk is talking to me. He's my Martian friend who landed his spacecraft in my yard.
See you at Wolfie's.
Yes.
Men only value that in you.
Well, they used to. Now my only hope is to become an intellectual and find a retired Jew.
Blanche, you have to change your thinking. You have...
Sleep, what do you want?
Open the door, Stanley.
Dorothy, you're in your nightgown.
I came here on an impulse. I couldn't help myself.
Well, it's really a nice gesture, babe, but I'm afraid I'll have to take a rain check.
Stanley, you truly are one chrome...
When I get that way, all kinds of feelings tumbling all over themselves. Well, you're not quite blue because you're not really sad, and although you're a little bit jealous, you wouldn't say you're green with envy, and every now and then you realize you're kind of scared, but you'd hardly call yourself yellow. I hate that feeling. I just hate it. And I hate the color magenta.
Miami was out cleaning the street with his tongue.
Sophia, we live in the greatest country in the world. A country founded on the principles of honesty, truth, and fairness. I am certain that once we present our petition, the democratic system will prevail, and our noble endeavor to save that mighty oak will prove victorious.
Certainly sound pretty calm.
It was hard to get my daddy angry, but once you did, he could be a real peck of wood.
What's everybody talking about?
I can honestly say I have no idea.
We started out talking about Mrs. Claxton's funeral.
Yeah, but somewhere along the way we segued into...
Sushi, raw fish, very good.
Whoops, that flew right out of my hand. That was delicious.
Then at 3 o'clock, we're going to visit the wreck of the Santa Juanita, and then we'll finish off the day with a sunset hike up the mountain to explore a dormant volcano. All right, forget the volcano.
No, Rose, I just killed a mosquito on...
How long they'd been gone?
Over 4 hours.
You don't think anything happened to
Oh,
them?
no. I think they probably just stopped to rest.
Yeah, or maybe they're looking for something to carry the water.
Daughter.
Oh, I'm very proud of the job you're doing, Dorothy.
Hello. Just a minute. Mr. Allen on the phone.
Oh! Well, I wonder what he wants. He's never called me at home before.
And he's not calling you now either. It's for Dorothy.
Up at the animal shelter. Come on in, guys. Come on,
To the French Club. But you know, for the last 15 years, I've been asking myself, is that enough? And about a week ago, I answered myself with a big fat no.
Good for you, Isaac. It takes a special man to talk to himself like that.
Well, merci. That's French for thank you. You like them?
We don't want your presents.
But it's Christmas.
Not for us. You've ruined our Christmas.
Oh.
I'll handle this, Dorothy. I'm not surprised that you always spend Christmas by yourself. You know why? Because you don't know what Christmas is all about. People don't owe you a nice Christmas because you decided that's what makes you happy.
Handling, not a kidney.
She is trying so hard to be brave.
She's very convincing.
Well, you have a wonderful night, Stan.
We just wanted to stop by and wish you luck in case we don't see you again. Before you leave, for the hospital. Not another word. Unable to provide for his family and not much fun under the old yak skin, the women would leave him out in the snow to die.
Tough village.
Stanley, I just spoke to Dr. Deutsch, and he says there's nothing to worry about. Some patients do experience a sudden setback like this just when they're recovering.
Since it's opening night.
I'll give it to him.
Well, why should you give it to him?
Well, haven't you heard that old theatrical saying?
No.
Never accept a rose from somebody named Rose on opening night.
Evening, ladies.
Oh, hello, Patrick. I got you a little something in honor of opening night.
Well, thank you, Blanche. That's very thoughtful.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Rhonda.
It's Rose.
Sorry.
Oh, that's quite all right. There's a little poem my mom made up that might help you remember. It goes,
Hey, your name is Rose. I think I can handle that.
you know, we ought to go to that all-night market more often.
Oh, why, Rose? They're so much more expensive.
Oh, maybe so, but where else can you get beef jerky and family circle this time of night?
Where else? Shh! Please, keep it down. The baby's asleep.
Isn't this amazing? When the diapers get dirty,
Thank you very much. Oh, and please say hello to Opie and Aunt Bee for me when you see them.
why don't we wait outside on the platform? The train will be along in a few minutes.
The 9:15 to Miami left at 8:45.
I'll get my purse.
I'm Frank. I'm here to see Dorothy.
You're the hunk? I mean, forgive me, Father. That is, forgive my language. Not in your official capacity.
The first really wonderful guy I've met in a long time, and he turns out to have a more serious involvement.
With whom?
Pam Dauber. The church. Or at least he did until he met me.
You know, you take the religious aspect out of this, and it's really quite romantic. A man giving up everything for the woman he loves, kind of like the...
Okay. All we've done is fight for the last 3 weeks. What do you say we call a truce?
Okay, a truce.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Tony.
You know him?
Know him? He's my boyfriend.
That's my new roommate. To pretend I'm not here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rose, but ever since you filmed me naked giving myself a pedicure, I've become slightly aware of your presence.
Dorothy, my child, sunshine of my life. You got that in a close-up, Rose?
Ma, why are you dressed like someone who just is...
I cut back teeth stains my dentures. Last night I had to soak them in Ajax. They're white again, but my mouth feels like somebody should rinse their socks in it.
You want a glass of milk?
Nah, it upsets my stomach.
Orange juice?
Too acidic.
Is there anything I can get you?
A cup of tea would be nice.
On fork at dinner. I know. Tonight you said our differences don't matter. But they did before. And they will again. Blanche, knowing you has been one of the best things that's ever happened to me in my whole life. Remember that.
Jake.
Blanche. Goodbye, Blanche. Oh, how are we doing, ladies?
Well, to be honest, we're just a little nervous.
All right. Let's go over the plan one more time.
Check. At 1800 hours, we enter the suspect's domicile. At 1830 hours, we sit down to dinner. After wine is poured, at approximately 1840 hours, I begin telling...
Alone. Yeah, but we could...
Hi, Ma. Hey, how'd you like to have... Oh, come on, Ma. That was 3-4 months ago.
Dorothy, what are you going to do with your share of the money?
Oh, come on. Blanche, the pig isn't dead. He's sick. I mean, the money never even crossed my mind.
Oh, yeah? Then what were you doing with these E.F. Hutton brochures?
Oh, you took those out of my purse.
No, they fell out when I was taking out a 20.
Well, I'm sure not putting my money into stock.
The truth is, I don't have any magical powers.
Boy, have I been stupid. I haven't felt this dumb since I found out William Conrad wasn't one guy in a jacket and another guy in a pair of pants.
Hours for half as much. Would you please make sure Rose receives this note?
Wait, you can't be serious. Why would the premier of Russia want to see Rose?
He was quite moved by her letter. He wishes to extend an invitation to her and her family to visit Moscow and discuss nuclear
Evening, I'm Edwin Newman. The eyes of the entire world were on Moscow today as Rose Nyland continued her mission of peace. It was 15 days ago that Mrs. Nyland wrote the now historic letter that captured the attention of Premier Gorbachev. Today she was in Red Square, capturing the hearts and minds of the Russian...
I don't feel any tingling. When's it going to hit me?
What are you doing? I was making a souffle and it got away from me.
You owe me an explanation.
Well, Ted and I
don't have to stand here and listen to this.
Ma, don't give me that look.
What look?
Look, I didn't do anything wrong. Ted and I just talked last night.
Right, and the Godfather made all his money selling olive oil.
She cannot stand to see anyone else happy.
Calm down, Dorothy. I'll brew you some tea.
I don't want any tea.
Oh, but this is a special blend. It's very soothing.
Rose, have you been drinking much of this?
Only at night when I can't sleep.
This is loaded with caffeine.
But we need caffeine.
Point, Dorothy. The point is, for the second time in 2 days, I have been thrown over for a younger woman. I can't compete anymore.
Oh, honey, of course you can.
Well, you just have to compete in a different way, like with intelligence and charm.
I don't know those ways, Rose, and I'm too old to learn. Audit people. It doesn't mean there's a problem.
There's a problem.
Oh, that's too bad. Pass the meatballs.
Dorothy, I take total blame for this. I know it's a bummer, but no matter what comes down, we're in this together, babe. Of course, I won't know until we actually reconstruct our finances, but the way I figure it, we'd probably have to pay a small fee.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
Unless we get...
For a gift. This is the receipt for the diamond ring that you gave me on our 38th wedding anniversary.
I know.
You spent $2,500 on me?
Still worried about the money you owe the government?
Oh, no, Blanche. I'm worried about whether Michael Jackson will be able to buy the remains of the Elephant Man.
Really? Gee, I'd be worried about the money.
Hard name to forget.
Oh, I know what you mean. The Wigglers were a very revered family.
Yeah, until the scandal.
Oh, it was just terrible. The Navy came to town to take bids for a big submarine contract. They said they wanted 3 submarines built for around $1 million. Well, Phineas said he could...
We are just friends.
Sure. And Michael Jackson was born with that cleft in his chin.
Girls, just wait until you see the little number I picked up at the museum basket.
my studio. Well, what a pleasant surprise.
Laszlo, we all know. We figured it all out this afternoon.
So, I am caught at last. Well, what can I say?
Blanche and Rose, get out. Dorothy, it's you I want.
Dorothy.
I'm sorry. I'd never seen him in overalls before.
Weasel of a manager wouldn't budge an inch. He pushed us to the wall. Now it's all out war.
What do you mean, Ma?
Tomorrow morning, all Chow Wagon employees over the age of 70 are officially out on strike.
You're gonna pick at the restaurant?
No, Rose, we're gonna put on war paint and shoot flaming arrows at the covered wagon out front.
Thank you, Rose. You're more than welcome, Blanche. You can always count on me to hand you the toffee.
I know. That's why I always ask you.
You know, I think I saw Jack and Janet give Chrissy this treatment on an episode of Three's Company.
Oh, at last a reference from Dorothy that even we illiterates can understand.
I guess her well of knowledge.
Familiar with the big gun.
Here goes. Embrace me, my sweet embraceable you. Embrace me, you.
In what, Blanche? Dog years?
I'm Blanche. I'm Dorothy's roommate. Would you get the door?
Dorothy's told me a great deal about you.
Well, she seems to have left out.
And the Lindstrom's and the Johanssons.
Oh, that great herring.
The two families control the most fertile herring waters off the coast of Norway, so naturally it seemed like it would be in their best interest to band together. Oh, boy, was that a mistake. You see, they couldn't agree on what to do with the herring.
To me.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Now, good night.
Honey, oh, hi, Dorothy. Honey, can I talk to you?
No, go away.
But I can't sleep, Sophia, and it's all because Rose isn't talking to me.
I could care less. Now get out of my room.
Sophia?
I'm not in. Wait for the beep, then leave a message.
1930s?
No, 30 degrees. Do I look like Willard Scott? Of course, the 1930s. 3 close friends are haggling over a camel.
How many hops?
None. I'm talking about a cigarette. It was the last one. Well, anyway.
Oh, Monty.
I'm as confused as all of you. All I know is he had that satchel with him when he went to the bank this morning.
Sophia, maybe you better tell us exactly what happened.
When we got to the bank, he told me to keep the motor running. And 5 minutes later, he ran out at top speed.
And did you ever think of asking him why he was running?
No, the man is taking diuretics for a prostate.
Around the world with him?
Sophia, did Vincenzo really say all that?
Of course not. He's a carpenter. I'm a philosopher. He said he wants everyone out of the garage until the work is completed.
But why?
Because to an old guy with cataracts, you two look like Swedish stewardesses.
But one day he came home early and he found Gretchen and Buddy in, how will I say it, a most indelicate situation.
What did he do?
Well, he yelled at them to stop, but they wouldn't, so he turned the hose on them.
He turned the hose on him? Don't you remember? I called you and told you I'd be here.
Of course. Of course, Virginia.
No, darling, Virginia couldn't come. I'm Blanche. Here, look. Brought you a little present.
Lace handkerchiefs. My.
Well, you know you always used to...
Either that story is actually funny, or the batteries are going in and out in my hearing aid. Rose, I want you to know that I think it's very sweet that you're keeping an old lady company.
No. Just slept with him. He wasn't my type.
Oh, my goodness, Blanche, how could you?
Oh, come on, Rose. She's just teasing you.
That's right, honey. I'm just teasing. You always tease the one you love.
Huh? She felt it was her personal responsibility to elect Adlai Stevenson president. Well, she didn't care for Eisenhower because, you know, he claimed to have liberated Italy, and she said Italy was liberated enough. Already too many people eating meat on Friday and wearing condoms on Saturday.
There wasn't anything anyone could do. No one's ever beat us, Sophia.
But someday they will, and it could be tomorrow, and it could be you. I believe that, and you're gonna believe that. Because right now, today, that's all we got. Hope.
And a nectarine.
And a nectarine.
Perfectly. When Blanche Devereaux sets out to seduce a man, she doesn't drag her feet.
Blanche!
Well, Ham Lushbow, you sex-hungry devil. Now, I told you, no more. Go home and take a cold shower.
No. Where's Ma?
Down here, paralyzed.
What? Sophia! Honey! Oh, dear.
Ma, I insist on taking you back to the hospital.
I don't want breakfast in his underwear. I hope that's not a problem for anyone.
I need a cigarette.
No, Dorothy. You sit right down here. Now, you need to exercise a little self-control. Dorothy, listen, you can quit smoking. Now, just do it the way I did it. Just taper off. Smoke only after sex.
Good idea. Bless Ida Perkins every time he sat down to eat a baked potato.
When did you leave the home, Mrs. Perkins?
Oh, maybe a year now. I don't really keep track.
So what made you decide to leave?
Decide? Some things in life you never get to decide. Some things just happen.
Now I get it.
Oh, good. I thought I was going to have to draw you a picture. And I'm not sure I'd know how. Hey!
I'd rather date you, lady.
Sweet Jesus, I've just done the impossible. I converted one.
Side goes, we just take things slow. And if it turns out that we can't be anything more than just good friends, well, that's good enough for me.
I'm a lucky man to have found someone like you.
I feel the same way. If you ask me, people rely too much.
Hi, Rose. Blanche around?
She's just showing the girls some makeup tricks before we go to the movies. Anything I can do?
No, thanks. I just need to talk to somebody.
Oh, I get it. You have a problem and you don't think that I'm sufficient to kiss a woman, the way I make love to a woman. You said make love twice.
I know, it's my favorite.
I'm not surprised you wanted to dump me tonight, Dorothy. The good ones always do. They always end up wanting more than just nights filled.
Couldn't bear the thought of spending even one day out of the rest of his life without me right there. And then he said, Blanche, would you be my wife? And after I stopped crying, I said yes.
Blanche, you're right. Love is...
Cautiously and books only a ferry to Sardinia, saving the rest of her money for a rainy day.
Let me guess, Ma. You were the one who chose adventure.
You also would have said Baltimore instead of the New World. You're no good at this, Dorothy. I'm the girl who played it safe.
What? Dorothy, honey, it's Rose. We need to talk. I said go away.
Leave it to me. In a few minutes, I'll have her beaming from ear to ear.
Husband. Well, not necessarily a bad person. Sometimes circumstances... Oh. You were talking to her.
I think I'm gonna faint.
Gotcha!
Right here, Sophia, I want you by the
Excuse
table.
me, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. I'm very upset.
Rose, This man is paying me $1,000 a day to make a commercial in my kitchen.
I live here too. I have every right to use this kitchen.
Miss, this will only take a second.
Oh, yeah, well, it'll only take a second to knock you on your keister, buddy. Now, what's it gonna be? What? Need one of those places? I can't go to one of those places. I'd be too ashamed. I'd be too embarrassed.
What is there to be ashamed of? You have a medical problem. Was Betty Ford embarrassed? Was Liza Minnelli embarrassed?
She should have been. Did you see Arthur, too?
Rose.
Here we go. Everyone settle. And go.
Guess what, Ma? I found some real Cecil... No, that's not it. Wait a minute. What is the line?
Guess what, Ma? I found some real good pizza just like you used to get back in Sicily.
Sorry, now I know what the trouble...
I think you're making a big mistake.
I just need to keep the new dog hidden till Monday. It's a piece of cake.
Yeah, honey, that's not the mistake I mean. With both those dogs in the same room, how are you gonna know which is the old one and which is the new one?
I'm screwed.
She has a cramp, you pea-brain.
All that money and we only went twice. Can you believe it?
What are you cooking now, Ma?
A Petrillo family delicacy. Double fudge, amaretto, ricotta cheesecake.
What's in it?
This cake is...
I can understand why you'd be a little nervous.
Oh, you know, no matter how many times you have to go through something like this, I guess you're never really prepared for it. Look at me. My hands are shaking. I'm sweating. My head is spinning. I wish I could be only a little nervous.
Dr. Watkins to OR, Dr. Watkins.
Results of the blood test. I'm a nervous wreck.
It'll only take a few minutes. Relax, would you?
Oh, Ma, how can I relax? Any minute now, somebody can walk in here and tell me you're not really my mother.
Let me remind you of something that may set your mind at ease.
Are you going to tell a story?
No, I'm going to sing a Negro spiritual.
A mother is someone who raises you and loves you and is always there for you. I don't need any more proof than that.
Me neither. I raised her. And I was the one who got her through that awkward period. The 50 toughest years of my life.
Fall back, but your chest does too. Unfortunately, it falls back and off to the side.
Well, it's too late to do anything until morning. We might as well get some sleep.
I can't sleep. I'm wound up tighter than the girdle on a back.
Oh, hello there. How'd you do?
We came in second.
Oh, that's terrific. What'd you get?
Treated badly. They told us to get out of the way when they took the winner's picture with Anita Bryant.
Oh, for those old judges, no, I'd love to hear your song.
Oh, forget it, Blaine. Nice to know I have a friend like you who cares.
Dorothy, I have a confession to make. Rose didn't lose Fernando. I gave him to Daisy when she was helping out with the rummage sale.
Well, then there's no problem, honey. Just call Daisy and get Fernando back. She's a very sweet...
Psychiatry is not a science.
Then why did you suggest I see one?
Because what you have is not scientific. What else was I going to do? Send you to New Mexico to a shaman? There's nothing wrong with you, Dorothy, except what happens to all of us. In case you haven't noticed, you're not 30. Take a cruise, Dorothy.
Mama, you're acting silly. Sperm can't live outside the human body.
Does your mother know you're doing this for a living?
You know, I'm not so sure sperm can't live outside the body. Back during World War and start looking for a job.
Be sure you dress youthfully.
How come?
You're old.
Let's face it, honey. Companies are not falling all over themselves to hire women your age.
Oh, come on, Elise. The whale represents coming to terms with the self-hatred that's in all of us. What do you think?
I was just having a conversation with two people over there, speculating on if you could have any two people in the world, living or dead, to your house for dinner. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him the word that I'm not a rover. And tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone.
Oh, you guys really stink. What a pigeon.
Oh, my God. If they want to make spies talk, they should force...
All right, I'll be there as soon as I can.
Blanche, what is it?
Oh, it's Big Daddy. He's dead.
It's a lovely home. I better go check and see if the water for our tea is boiling
Oh,
yet.
Dorothy, there's so many memories connected to this room. We used to have our big family reunions in here. Generations of Hollinsworth would gather around Big Daddy with his bourbon and branch, and while he sat there in front of a roaring fire, regaling everybody with stories of the old... About sex, this is a beautiful Christmas story, Dorothy. Now, that really hurts me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Blanche.
Well, anyway, after the boys had their donuts... Actually, at this point, it does change more into a Veterans Day story.
In fact, what happened to Dorothy's ex-husband is not...
Is getting out. Gee, that's going to be rough. I bet after 10 years in the jug, he's going to be pretty short on foreplay.
Come in.
Hi.
Hi.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You should listen to yourself sometime. What are you afraid of?
I'm not afraid of anything.
Well, then why don't you come to the meeting? Maybe you'll find something to make your life better.
Oh, all right. Rose, if it'll make you happy, I'll go.
Rose, me too.
Oh, you won't regret it.
Stick ball on the corner.
Ma, they were beating a man. That was sort of why I called the police.
Ah, they were just having a good time.
Now, look, Ma, I don't... David, that's who. I tell you, that car was there 3 hours ago when I left. Blanche, the man is obviously obsessed with you. And I think he's a little nutty.
Now, look, I've been involved in these fatal attractions before. I can handle this. I'll just go out there and... What do you want?
Among other things, your apology.
Well, unless I missed a news flash, hell did not freeze over today. Anything else?
Yes, Big Daddy's pocket watch.
That watch is a family heirloom. As far as I'm concerned, you're no longer family.
I believe you said it was in your room. Which room is...
Hello? I'm Dorothy Zbornak. I have an appointment about the vice principal's job. Yes, unfortunately, my car broke down and I'm stuck here at the auto mechanics. Is there any way that Mr. Pratt could see me later this afternoon?
Fat, she was thin. He was neat, she was sloppy. He was tall, she was short. He was cheap, she was extravagant. He was...
Opposites. We get the picture.
Well, anyway, I'll never forget the time they sang.
No time. Honey, now don't worry. Just lie down. Come on, get into bed. We'll start timing the contractions.
Oh, I think one's coming on.
Oh,
Yikes!
Blanche, cut it out. I'm trying to get some sleep.
Ma, Becky isn't late. Rose, honey, is that why you're training? For your parents?
They always wanted me to be a champion ice skater. They were so proud watching me practice. I know their dream was for me to win a gold medal, but I hate ice skating.
Rose, listen, you don't have to do anything to please your parents.
She's right. I'd like to...
Ma, why did you do that?
Playboy is running a spread on the substitute teachers of Miami. Oh, I'll get it.
Excuse me, I'm looking for Blanche Devereaux.
Ma'am? I beg your pardon. Why, when I submit to a man's advances, it is with my consent. A woman has the option to say no. Honey, you weren't given that option. You were given nitrous oxide.
By the way, Blanche, when did you ever say...
I'll see you tomorrow, Blanche. Boy, this is really beginning to chafe.
Were you able to get him to bed?
No.
Rose still in the closet with the camera?
Yes.
Maybe you'll get him tomorrow.
No.
Same things.
I've
missed you.
You missed me so much you haven't called me in a week?
Sophia, sit down. I picked up that phone 100 times, but I just couldn't make that call. I haven't told anyone I love them since my wife.
Both threw up a little.
Honey, did that mean old lady put you in the garage?
No, the mean young lady did. Rose, Ted's coming over later, and I just don't want that dog making a big mess. He's already been into my personal things.
Well, maybe we should get him some rubber toys.
They do seem to be as...
You think I did? I hope it was worth all the pain.
You show disrespect for our family, and family is sacred where I come from. Phil knew how I felt. You think it was easy for me? I did what I had to do.
But what did I do?
You know very well what you did.
I swear.
Okay, on with the award.
Oh, God, this is it.
Good luck,
Break a
honey.
leg. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please.
The winner of this year's Volunteer Vanguard Award is Rose.
Yes!
Hand me that glass of water, please.
Talk about.
I wasn't speaking to you. I have just one question for you.
Okay.
Do you love him?
What do you mean?
Well, you see, he's my baby brother, and I've always felt it was my responsibility to look out for him, so I can't just let him get married to
Just wish you weren't against this.
Look how pretty you look.
Really?
Yeah, beautiful. You remember the last time? We stayed up all night letting out that dress.
Oh, Ma, you know, Stan has changed. I trust him now for the very first time. Ma. Ma, look at this place. It's lovely.
Don't get any ideas, pussycat.
I'm not getting any ideas, Ma.
You're scheming. Remember Shady Pines, Dorothy? Listens. Hey, everybody, it's 10 o'clock. Do you care where your children are? No!
Oh, Blanche, there you are. Where have you been?
Miami's 13th annual. Oh, that's right, ladies. This afternoon, I'm going to get the scoop on man's best friend.
Oh, congratulations, honey. I know you're going to do a great job.
Oh, I just wish my mother and father were here to see this.
Because they'd be so proud of you.
No, because they'd be...
Right.
A Yankee Doodle.
Oh, stop it. Oh, my God.
Oh, did I mention her last name was Feldman?
Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 I can't.
A little. Who wants an eclair?
Oh, God, that's John. Oh, I just hope I can be mean enough.
Dorothy, do that thing you do to me in the morning when I try to take a piece of bacon off your plate.
Blanche,
It was an enchanting evening.
Enchanted evening. That was the theme of that prom that we never got to.
A little more romantic than the theme they had tonight.
Wear a condom is more than a prom theme. It's sort of become the school slogan.
It's catchy.
I wish Stan... How many times can you bang your head against the wall before it starts to bleed?
9.
Believe me, Dorothy, I know what you're going through. I once had a relationship with a man I couldn't get rid of. Every time I turned around, there he was, pathetically underfoot. Long way.
Nothing, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
Dorothy, I want to talk to you about my apartment. I'm grateful. I love where I live. And the last thing I want to do is to come to you with every little problem.
You went to my mother's room in the middle of the night?
Many, many times, 2 or 3 times a week. And she was always so kind and comforting.
I don't understand. Every time I'd knock on her door late at night, she'd say, "Not now, I'm watching Bob Costas."
Sophia doesn't have a TV in her room.
I know.
But let's not forget, there still has to be a trial. And Mrs. Hartgrove's confession is pretty strong. I just wish we had something that reflected on her credibility.
What if we had a video of her and a friend mooning a hot dog vendor?
That would totally discredit her.
Wait a minute. I just remembered who the friend was. It was a safe that fell on her head. Anyway, Henny Penny, being a chicken, not the brightest bird in the world, immediately jumped to the wrong conclusion.
Oh, dear. A piece of blue sky just fell on my head. Oh, yes, and I hope it makes her feel better. I've been worried about her. I mean, ever since she got those flowers from Mel Bushman, she hasn't been herself.
Well, I'm off to the Rusty Anchor. Spring break comes but once a year.
Can't you put yourself in my position?
Apparently, I'm not limber enough.
That was good.
Blanche, I know what happened between...
I never really told him I loved him, so I want to make sure I tell you.
Oh, pussycat. Dear Ma, thanks for giving me life, and thanks for making it good. I love you. And I love you too, pussycat.
Rose, don't you feel sorry for me?
Get out!
Call ya?
Get out! What is it with men? Why would you want to have sex with somebody you've only known a few hours? Rose, why can't they understand?
Yes. I heard about Ida Perlberg. She's 5'2" and weighs 200 pounds. I'd be shocked if she didn't have leg cramps. No, Mrs. Gutman, I'm not making fun of you. Good, well, I'll see you Tuesday. Fine, if there is a Tuesday.
You're right, Dorothy. He is a pig.
Sophia, I'm so glad you're safe. And I have some good news. The stage manager just told me the hurricane is breaking up and we're only going to have to stay here a few more hours. Well, I'm going to go tell everybody.
Don't you dare. First we sell them candy. Come on, everybody.
Blanche, you simply have to help me. I've been out with Thor twice now, and I still can't remember who he is. And he's coming here for dinner tonight. Blanche and Thor and I will be out in the lanai, so you'll have the living room all to yourselves.
You're all willing to do this?
Well, of course. Now, come on, let's go pick out the teeth you'll wear tonight.
Thor, you so...
What's wrong, Dorothy?
Ah, you were right again. He was just using me.
Sit down, pussycat. I want to tell you something. You give... Well, good for you. Dorothy. What the hell are you doing with this loser?
Ah, he's not a loser. He's a wonderful and gifted musician. I know this sounds odd, but when he was on stage, Our eyes met, and it was, well, it...
But once, when a guy
Get
named...
in here.
Interesting place, Blanche.
Oh, thank you. But so bright. Oh, here, let me dim the lights a little.
Uh-oh.
What?
The assistant DA Peterson. He's a killer. It's amazing what he does to the witnesses. You think he's getting nowhere, and then suddenly he gives the witness a really dumb compliment, and for some reason it works. They let down their guard and he nails them.
Well, you must have some...
From the curse. So why don't you just kiss Rose and get it over with? Technically, Rose isn't a fool. She's a simpleton.
What's the difference?
How can I explain it? Fools read Dear Abby. Simpletons read Ann Landers. It's a fine line.
Actually, I'm very...
Rose, thank God I found you. It's not...
Tell him that we went up to Lover's Lane and that we necked.
Oh, well, then I'd have to smear my lipstick, for effect.
Here, let me.